You already know. You already know who it is. Osiris Lord. The Lord loves you. Lord under the scope. Episode number 10. Yes, we made it. You know what I'm saying? I made it to episode number 10. Be proud of me. You know what I'm saying? Go over there and clap your hands. You know what I'm saying? Do what you gotta do, man. I just want y'all to know that this is for everybody, but it's really for me. I just wanted to kind of make sure I could be consistent. But anyway, episode number 10 is about toxic masculinity. So, today's episode is about toxic masculinity, and it is sponsored by Mr. Osiris Lord himself. So, in order to know what toxic masculinity is, you have to know what masculinity is, quote unquote, masculinity. So, masculinity, this is a crazy word, man. Masculinity is defined as maleness, or to the traditional qualities and characteristics associated with being a male. Showing strength and dominance is an example of showing masculinity. Now, some of y'all probably turn your faces up at what I just said, you know what I'm saying? But that's because it's 2022. Back in the day, people used to be like, I'm a man, you know what I'm saying? Or I'm a woman. And then they would show off certain traits, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm strong. I'm going to pick up this big log for no reason in front of his women. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of stuff. That's quote unquote masculinity. You know what I'm saying? And exerting your dominance on people, quote unquote, that's masculinity. I don't know. That's crazy. But anyway, so things like that is how we get toxic masculinity. So toxic masculinity involves cultural pressures for men to behave in a certain way, and it's likely this affects all boys and men in some fashion. Toxic masculinity refers to the notion that some people's idea of manliness perpetuates domination, homophobia, and aggression. So, I don't know all those names they be having. They be having the Chads, the Brads, the Cads, and the Lads, you know what I'm saying? They be having all those names for all those people. I don't know if some of them simps, some of them is hyper masculine or have toxic masculinity. I don't know. But I can tell you that people talk about toxic masculinity as if that is just a person's personality. That's not, I mean, some people it is, but having toxic masculinity is more of like a verb, being like, I don't know if it's necessarily know if it's a verb, but basically it's not like that person is a toxic male. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that. It's like you're exuding toxic traits of masculinity. You know, like instead of like being calm, you're literally just like picking things up for no reason to show off for people. You're like exerting your dominance. You're trying to exert your dominance over people for no reason. You're potentially like, if your homie pulls up in a pink shirt, you're like, oh, why are you wearing that shirt? That shirt is pink, you know, it's like gay or something, you know, like whatever. And that's kind of toxic. I mean, a lot of dudes are unfortunately raised that way, so we do have traits of that. But as you grow up in the new world, you realize wearing pink is not gay. I thought we established that since Cameron. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know who Cameron is, that's the rapper that be wearing all the pink. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know who that is, you need to look him up, Cameron. So we're in a day and an age where I feel like a lot of people are, or at least a lot of assigned male at birth people are more comfortable with their sexuality, and the internet promotes more being free with yourself. So I feel like a lot of men have kind of slowly like stopped being so toxic, but then you have those guys that are super toxic. They're just through the roof. But anyway, let me get into, you know, I could talk all day, but I like to give y'all facts and things of the nature first before I start giving my personal opinion, because I have a whole opinion about toxic masculinity. It's crazy. It's not really crazy because, you know, it is what it is. Some people are like that and some people are not, but yeah. So these are some traits of toxic masculinity: emotional detachment, hyper competitiveness, aggression, intimidation, violence, sexual objective. Excuse me. Oh, chill. Sexual objectification, and you're sexually predatory. See, even my watch agrees. That was right on the money. So there we go with that. That's basically all I had. So when we say that, basically those dudes that are like, I'm better than you. Like, you can have competition. There's nothing wrong with a little healthy competition. But there's some dudes that just want to make everything a competition. So just to kind of even say like that, okay, this can once basically. So with the sexual predatory and like sexual objectification of people and things like that, right? So let's say we take that and then we add it with the competitiveness, and then what? We have a bunch of dudes. I don't know. Some of y'all might have did this. I mean, I did it at a party when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be here and sit and talk like I never went through a phase of that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was narcissistic and all of that stuff. So, of course, that type of thing comes with being a narcissist most of the time, misogyny and like things of that nature. But this is not what we're talking about right now. So I'm going to get back on the money. So you take the competitiveness and then you take the sexual objectification of people, and then you have how many numbers do you think I'm gonna get, and then you turn it into a competition. I'm just saying this is what I did and people did back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like elementary school type days. Yeah, I bet I can get more numbers than you. Oh, nah. I can get more numbers than you. End of the night, what you doing? You literally writing fake numbers. I was writing fake numbers down, bro. Talk about I got 15 numbers, bro. It's only 3 girls at the party. You feel me? Like, shit was crazy. Excuse my language. It was crazy. So I feel like that's a good example of toxic masculinity. Now, I was watching a video on YouTube. I honestly forget what page, but they actually showed James Bond clips. And if you know me, you know I really like James Bond and 007 or whatever. But they did actually improve a lot. I mean, I know that those are movies that basically show super like masculinity, you know what I'm saying? Like he got the nice car, the nice gadgets, he's always with women and like all this stuff. But they showed a scene in like Goldfinger where he just like basically like went on top of the girl. Like that's me being really nice, you know what I'm saying? He was like, let me show you something. And I never seen a scene like that ever in 007. I know they definitely in the writing of the future ones, they was like, don't put that in there again. Cause that was crazy. He just like literally just, it's Goldfinger. It's from 1967 or something like that. Yeah, look that scene up. It was like in the Bond. He just literally, that was crazy scene. She looked like, she was like, bro, what are you doing, bro? Like, and he's just like, ha ha ha. Anyway, things like that, where, and here, I guess I can go into another personality. So those guys that are kind of like, oh, you should like me because I have money, I have a job, I have fancy cars, and like the people that like just talk about whatever they're interested in. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna just say girls or whatever this person that's exuding this toxic masculinity is into. You know what I'm saying? They're typically like, this person should like me because I have money. This person should like me because I go to the gym. This person should like me because of all these mixtures of things. And then that starts becoming an obsession. And then this is how a lot of these people end up, you know, like assaulting people, whether it's like mentally, physically, aggressively and things like that. So, yeah, toxic masculinity. It's not really a like a person. It's like, I would say it's more like something that people exude. You know, it's like, today I'm gonna be toxic. Like this a whole thing. It's like a whole thing. You know, it's not like, I'm sure you guys understand. I don't need to keep explaining it. It's more of a verb than it is a noun, if that makes sense. You know, like I think it's a thing that you do. You act toxic, and masculinity is what you're using to act toxic. So you're kind of you're hyperlizing, if that's even a word, masculinity, but in a bad way. So you're becoming, you know, because people like to be masculine, you know, in the world that people are just regular, like I'm a man, I'm a woman, blah, blah, blah. It's fine to be masculine, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? It's not a bad word. It's not like but when you add that toxic to it, that's when it becomes a bad word. So anyway, just to also clear this up, since there is toxic masculinity, there's definitely toxic femininity. I actually didn't look it up, so I mean, I'm just assuming that there's that. It's not really in my field. I mean, I'm not necessarily targeting men or AMAB specifically. I'm really doing it for everybody, but I feel like me specifically going over toxic femininity is something that I don't really know about. I would possibly get somebody to come up here and talk about it, because I feel like I don't want to talk for, like I'm not like, I'm not a woman. I'm not like, I mean, I have feminine energy, but I'm not a woman. I don't expect a woman to potentially know something that I would know. Anyway, before I get canceled for gender pronouns. Love y'all. So Cyrus Lourde, like I said, today's episode was about toxic masculinity. If you know somebody like that, maybe you want to tell them, hey, Brad, chill the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? You need to chill the fuck out with all that, bro. Like, because for some reason, I just remembered a whole bunch of stuff I could tell y'all. So I'm going to keep it short. So basically, like, a lot of these people become this way because they fear being a masculine or viewed as feminine or gay or things like that. That's how people basically become, well, not basically, but how some people become homophobic, transphobic. They become just angry, man. Like, just like, you ever just been around a dude that you're just like, bro, chill out, bro. Like, yeah, man. So anyway, like I said, that's how a lot of people end up becoming that way, because they worry so much about not being viewed that when something potentially happens to them that makes them uncomfortable, that they just flip the switch. Like a person that is of the LGBTQ community can compliment a cis heterosexual man, and he just instantly goes off. Oh, nah. That's like, bro, all they said was you had cool shoes, bro. Like, like things like that. Like, as you can see in my face, I don't like being around stuff like that. Like, I'm not necessarily like, I'm not all willy nilly, you know what I'm saying? But I appreciate people, and I respect people, and I appreciate people's perspective. Now, things may not be for me, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna be like, nah, bro, get away from me. Like, like some of you guys do. That's be crazy, bro. I be seeing some of the stuff some people say online, man. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves, but this is not what that's about. Anyway, like I said, so Cyrus Lourde Under the Scope, signing out. I hope y'all enjoyed that. Number 11 coming soon. Shout out to y'all for watching. If you watched all 10 so far, that's out to this date. Thank y'all so much. I really appreciate y'all. And remember, have some water and make sure you work on your mental health. You know what I'm saying? Take at least 5 minutes. Signing out. Peace. It's not what you are, it's what you do.